Hello friends, today I am going to post my third video on YouTube on the topic derivation of equivalent resistance of resistors connected in parallel, which is a topic of class 10th physics. Before going into the derivation, I will let you know how will you identify whether certain resistors are connected in parallel or not. For that, first of all I will define it. Resistors are said to be connected in parallel when one end of all the resistors are connected to one point and other end of all the resistors are connected to another point. To explain this definition, I will use a circuit diagram. So friends, in this diagram, this is the battery. The longer one is the positive terminal of the battery and the shorter one is the negative terminal of the battery. This is the closed switch, and these are the three different resistors R1, R2 and R3. So left hand side of all the three resistors R1, R2 and R3, that is this one and this one, are connected to one point, that is this point. Similarly, right hand side of all the three resistors R1, R2 and R3, that is this one and this one, is connected to this point. For making it more clear, I will change the symbol like this. Now, you can easily identify that the three resistors R1, R2 and R3 are connected in parallel because the left hand side of all the resistors are connected to this point and the right hand side of all the resistors are connected to this point. Now we will know all the conditions which will be required for the derivation of equivalent resistance of resistors connected in parallel connection. Conditions. The first condition is voltage of the entire circuit is equal to voltage of individual resistors. Let V1 be the voltage across resistor R1, V2 be the voltage across resistor R2 and V3 be the voltage across resistor R3. I1 be the current across resistor R1, I2 be the current across resistor R2 and I3 be the current across resistor R3. So from this statement, the mathematical statement will be V is equal to V1 is equal to V2 is equal to V3. Because I have stated earlier that V, which is the voltage of the entire circuit, will be equal to voltage of individual resistors, that is V1 across R1, V2 across R2 and V3 across R3. The second condition is the current of the entire circuit is equal to summation of current across individual resistors. The mathematical statement of this condition will be I is equal to I1 plus I2 plus I3. As you can see from this statement that I is the current of the entire circuit, I1 is the current across resistor R1, I2 is the current across resistor R2 and I3 is the current across resistor R3. So the current of the entire circuit is equal to sum of the current across individual resistors. Now I will refer all the notations related to this derivation. Notations. First one is RP, that is the equivalent resistance of the entire circuit. V, voltage of the entire circuit. I, current of the entire circuit. V1, V2, V3, voltage of individual resistors. I1, I2, I3, current of individual resistors. R1, R2, R3, resistance of individual resistors. After stating all the notations, I will write down the conditions which will be used in this derivation, which I have stated you earlier. V is equal to V1 is equal to V2 is equal to V3 and I is equal to I1 plus I2 plus I3. So these are the different notations and the condition which will be used in this derivation. After stating the notations and conditions required for this derivation, I will start with this derivation. So in parallel connection, we know that current of the entire circuit is equal to sum of the current of individual resistors. This condition I stated you earlier. Now by Ohm's law, we know that V is equal to IR. By extracting the value of I got I is equal to V by R. By using this formula, we will insert the respective values of I, I1, I2 and I3. So friends, you must be thinking that why I have inserted V upon Rp in place of I, V1 upon R1 in place of I1, V2 upon R2 in place of I2 and V3 upon R3 in place of I3. You know that I was the current of the entire circuit. So V is the voltage of the entire circuit and Rp is the equivalent resistance of the entire circuit. Similarly, in place of I1, I have inserted V1 upon R1 because I1 was the current across resistor R1. So V1 is the voltage across resistor R1 and R1 is the resistance across the first resistor. In place of V2, I have inserted V2 upon R2 because V2 is the voltage across resistor R2 and R2 is the resistance of the second resistor. In place of I3, I have inserted V3 upon R3 because V3 is the voltage across resistor R3 and R3 is the resistance of the third resistor. As V is equal to V1 is equal to V2 is equal to V3, which was one of the conditions for this derivation. By using this condition, we will insert V in place of V1, V2 and V3. By inserting this, we get V upon Rp is equal to V upon R1 plus V upon R2 plus V upon R3. Now, by taking V common from the right hand side, we get V into 1 upon R1 plus 1 upon R2 plus 1 upon R3. We can cancel V from both the sides. After cancelling V, I got 1 upon Rp is equal to 1 upon R1 plus 1 upon R2 plus 1 upon R3. This is the final formula for calculating equivalent resistance of certain resistors connected in parallel, where Rp is the equivalent resistance of the entire circuit and R1, R2, R3 are the resistance of the individual resistors. So friends, by using this formula, you can easily calculate the equivalent resistance when certain resistors are connected in parallel connection. By this, I have completed the derivation of equivalent resistance of resistors connected in parallel connection. See you soon with some interesting topics of class 9th and 10th Physics, Chemistry and Maths. Thank you.